Hello everybody, it's me, Major Graft, and today we are going to be finishing off some ceilings in our massive cathedral build. If you have clicked on the thumbnail wondering about this build, you are on part 7 and you want to start part 1, so if you want to click on the card above, that will take you to the full playlist for this entire build. But with that said, let's get on with the build. And if you remember from last episode, I know it was a long time ago, but we had got to here, we'd finished all of the balconies, and now we need to start doing the ceilings, so across here and both sides and then at the end, and we need to finesse all of this, which is looking a little bit bare and not finished. And we're going to dive right into it, grabbing your polished andesite, and we're going to bring these pillars all the way up. Now in the original I actually did this with a wood. I don't actually think I like that anymore, so I'm going to put in this instead. I think that looks much better, and we're going to come up right to the top line here. Obviously this is just going to be the same for all 4. And I would think it's fairly obvious why we do this. Structurally, we're going to want to make this cylindrical bit of this build look supported, and part of the way we do that is by putting these big structural pillars in. One thing I do want us to do is come in around here and add these like this, which will mean that the wall is a bit thicker. And once we've done that with your andesite, you want to come back in and put your stone on top of each one of those. Just makes this a thick line instead of a thin line, if you see what I mean, all the way around this cylinder. So we're going to end up with something that looks a little bit like this. You should have 3 wides at each of your sides of your circle. And we're going to come in now with the andesite one more time, but we're going to start with an upturned stair there and then build a pillar on top like that. We're going to do the same on each side, and once we've done that, we're going to come in with the upturned stone brick stairs again, and we're just going to go around this layer here with upturned stairs just like that. So you can do 1 either side of the andesite, and then 2 there and 1 there, turn round and then do the same again, and it's just the same all the way around. Super simple way, like so. And that just gives us that little bit extra detail when you're looking from below. That looks nicely finished. Now from here on out, we're going to need to be able to do this in the order that it was built originally for this to make sense and for this to be easy to follow. So we're going to start down at the doorway end of the church here, and we're going to start putting in the ceilings from this point all the way to this point, which is basically the same pattern recurring twice. So we need a middle point between there and there, which actually works out quite nicely exactly where this pillar is, because we've been working on these even 7 spaces all the way along. We can come to here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 here where the roof starts. That's as high as we can go, so that's where we're going to build across here. We're going to start with an andesite beam all the way across there, and obviously then on the other side of that 3x3 pillar, just like so. Now we know that we have to stay within this space now, so we've got a pattern here and a pattern here, then do it on the other side, just the exact same. Now you'll notice that in order to get this roof positioned right, it can't go lower than the windows, so it's got to start up here at the lowest and can't go too much higher without us starting to spoil the roof layer. So we're going to come in with our smooth stone slabs now, and we're going to figure this out a little bit systematically. So we're going to start here, just one above that window frame there like that. And actually what we're going to do is just to the side of that center, we're going to go there, and then we're going to go all the way down like that. And then what we're going to do is you're just going to mirror that across that way and like that, so you make that pyramid shape. We're going to do that one more time here, like so. So then you have 4 layers, 1 2 3 4, and we're going to build it from the arch back towards the front door end. So once we've done that, 1 2 3 4, we're going to go 2 there, and then 5 across, and then you go 2, and then step all the way down like that. So we can start to see the symmetry here. Once you've got that out, you can start to pop these out just like we did on the other side like that. So we are symmetrical again. Now we're going to bring the sides across to meet this beam here. Now what we're going to do is just make the top of these beams look like the bottom of those down there, just to keep consistency. So what we're going to do is come in with your upturned stairs and put one there, one there, one there, and one there. We'll do both sides at the same time, just so we're keeping things even. That's usually the best way of doing things symmetrically. And then we'll come in with our smooth stone slab, and that just joins up there like that. Now our next layer we want to start here. Obviously we can't go any higher without spoiling the pattern, so that makes sense, and we're going to do that again just like that to make that pyramid shape carry on. So you should see now you've got a 4 and then a 1 on its own and a 1 on its own, and then those 2 that we put there. We'll just do that again one more time on this side. So above the upturned stair, 1 2 3 4, and then come in with a 1 and a 1 like that. And then we're getting pretty close now. What we need to do now is come here to your 5 that we put on the archway, and on each end we're going to put 1 out like that, and then we're going to follow it round. This time we're not making the pyramid like steps. We're going to come 2 across and then 1 out like that, so it forms a more solid line. And we're going to go out 1 more and out, and like so. So it should look like that. And we're going to do that the other side. We're going to go 2 out and then 1 and like so. So you should have 2 there and 2 there. Now that's great. Now we've only got 1 more layer of stone slabs left to do, and what we're going to do is we're going to come here, we're going to pop 1 on there and make a double layer, and that just helps us to keep track of what we're doing here. So this time we're going to go on here and we're going to put 3 across like that. I should mention as well, on top of these upturned, you will need an extra block of the stone brick just like that. So once you've put a double in there, you need to put a double in between there as well. So we'll do that the same over here. So fill that there and then a double there, and then we come here and go 1 2 3 just like that. And then what you want to do is to take this design and then just mirror it across from there. So this is the middle point here, that middle of those 3. Just copy all of those across over to there, and what you'll find is it should join up quite neatly and hide all of this scruffy not quite finished. So we'll do that together now, and hopefully I will get it right. So that's 2, and then with that we did that and then that, so you can look from underneath. So so that's right, and that should join to that pillar there. We can do the same over here, so that goes like that, 1 2 3 1 2, and then that joins that pillar like that. And then we come under here. Just be careful, because that extra bit of pillar makes this a little bit confusing if you're trying to do this symmetrically. Just try and pay attention to the stone slabs and nothing else. So that means that these slabs go to where that comes out like that, if you see what I mean. So like that to there, so that's right. And then we just do this pyramid shape. We're only going to need 1 under there as well, so that's like that. I know this is really confusing. This is going to be some trial and error, guys. Try your best. I know this is confusing, but just go with it. Hopefully whatever you do will make some kind of sense. We're just going to build this pyramid shape up here like so, and eventually we're going to make something that looks the same on either side. You can see how I'm just doing and then there like that, and then there like that. So that should then be symmetrical. We're almost there. We've just got 1 layer left to do, so we can come in here like that, and there we go. That's it, joined up so that from there to there is pure symmetry on this line here. And when you've done that both sides, if you look from below now, we've got actually what is a perfect circle fitting in there. So what we're going to do is finish off the last layer of stone slabs by coming in to one of these 3s here, and we're going to bring them out 3 more out like that, and then we're going to fill that, oh, not that though, all the way out. So you should have a 3, and then in front of it you should have a 7 like that. We're going to do that on both sides, so we've actually got those 3 already in because we hit them against those slabs. So we can bring the 7 out here like that. Here we've got that 3 already in, so we're going to bring the 7 in like that. And on the last side is here. Oh, we've got a block missing. We can pop that in, and then we have a 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a 7 like, oh dearie me, like this. And then the last thing we do is just join these corners up. We go 1, 2, 3 like that, a little L shape. Super simple. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now to finish off this little circle, we're going to do a different layer here just to give a little bit of texture. Now in the original I did dark prismarine, I believe, but in this one we're going to use some of these lovely copper just to keep the theme. This time I've used waxed copper though, so these won't age like the outside. It makes sense for the outside, the tops of the roof to weather, but not the inside. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in 5 like that, and then we're just going to do one solid ring all the way around. Super simple. Just follow it all the way around and you should get a perfect circular ring when you look at it from below. Obviously that's the way everyone's going to be looking at this from floor level, so just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go one level higher with our stone slabs again, and we're just going to fill that entire circle now all the way so that we have the ceiling section complete. So from below now you can see that whole section from the entranceways to the middle point is all filled in. We're going to put another light source in the middle block, pop it out just like we do every other time. We're going to get ourselves a redstone lamp and pop it in just like so. Pop your lever on and switch it on, and then we can look at that from below now, and it should look all nice and finished. Perfect. Now the beauty of this is as we walk in through the front doors like this, we have the first section done like that, and we just replicate that entire pattern that we've just done and start this side from here and go across to here. And then when we've done that, wherever we finish, we're going to put an archway in here, because obviously where we've got a big stone wall, it needs supported, and the way we support a big stone wall is either by putting another big stone wall underneath it, or if we can't do that because we want to keep this clear, we put an archway because those arches support that heavy stuff. So we're going to be putting an archway in here once this section is complete. Right, so now we have got the entire ceiling from the doorway, those 2 full sections, and now we are all the way up to the point where we get to the dome section. So we need to put our archways in here now, and what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the end of these stone bricks here, where you see those 3 there. We're just going to pop a block on each like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come 1 further out each side, so that's 5. And on those ends, we're going to put an upturned stair and an upturned stair like that. And then we're going to come out 1 more, like with a full block like that, and 2 more, and pop in an upturned stair like that. And then we're going to go 1 full block and another upturned stair. And then this time we're going to go full block down and a stair. And this is where we join up with the wall there. We can fill that in and pop that there. So that just about gives us enough room to sneak underneath the archway on these here. You can see if we'd have gone any lower with this archway, we wouldn't have been able to get through there. If we'd have gone any higher, we would have bumped into and ruined the copper ceiling roof above it. So it's in the perfect position now. So once you've done that, you're going to come across and do the same thing on the other side like so. So that's 1 across like that, and then we're going to go 2 down like that. We're going to come in and go 1 down there, and then it joins to the wall there, 1 down and there like so. Once we've done that, we're going to do the exact same thing all over again. Obviously we've done it on that side of that 3x3 pillar. We're also going to do it on this side as well. Now that we've got those archways in, they've got the nice shape there, nice smooth archways. We still have these gaps here to fill up, and they look a little bit thin. Obviously they're supporting a lot of weight, so we're going to bulk them up. So we're going to come up one layer higher like this, and then come 3 out either side, 2, 3 like that, and then we're going to just finish off these like this, and we're just really eyeballing it. We don't need to be too perfect, so there we go. And then we can come out, and then we can come out one more and the stair like that, and fill in those, and probably a stair straight away, whoops, like that, and fill in that gap. And as you can see, that pretty well fills that up. You might have the odd bit of a gap here, which you can obviously come in and fill in. It's sometimes easier if you come in under here to do that, like so, and then that just fills that up, so there's no gaps there. We'll do the same the other side. So that's this section done. Now we just need a bit of detailing to connect this archway up to that top cylinder like that. You will need to come back in here with your stone as well and fill this up. Obviously you're going to fill in just roughly by eyeballing it like that. Probably about there, looks right, just so it looks all filled in, and you can do that for yourself, leaving no gaps, so you can check visually, no gaps, no gaps, no gaps underneath, and no gaps that side, perfect. Under here you'll probably want to fill those in as well, just so that that looks seamless. Oh, and don't forget, once you've done in between that one, you probably want to come back to this middle one here, and you'll find you've got a gap, so you're going to have to do something similar here as well. Just do really what you want here. It's not a big detail. You can just come in with the stone and fill that up, just as long as it looks some way symmetrical. You should be fine. I think we've got it basically there, haven't we? Let's just fill that in. Oh, we missed one. It's a bit finicky, obviously, when you get less space. Yeah, that looks fine, doesn't it? And now that that's done, now we're going to have to do the left and right side entrances, ceilings, and they work in much the same way. What we're going to do is we're going to put an archway like this, and we're going to put one there and one there. Obviously the archway is going to go slightly higher because the roof is slightly higher. If you remember, the roof there was slightly lower and the sides were a little bit higher, so our archway is going to come a bit higher. And then we're going to put one of these designs in here to bridge the gap between there and there. Now on these side wings, what you will notice is that from here, where we're going to put the archway, it is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to here, which is the same size as those. So that pattern here that we've done there should fit exactly between here and here. And the way we do that is just by coming in here to the ends, and you see where the top andesite, polished andesite there is of that window. We're going to miss one and go the one above it, and we're going to pop in a row like that, and then some upturned stairs like that, just to give us an idea where the roof starts. And then we're going to come in with our slabs here like that, and we're going to go all the way across 7 like so, and then we're going to come in 1 and 2 like that, and then we're going to come around like that. We'll do the same the other side, so 2 and then 1 like that, and then we can do the little upturned pyramid structure here. So we're going to start with there like that, and there like that, and then like that, and we can fill those in there and there like that. Obviously then we do that the other side, so we come here like so, and then fill that in, and we're going to have one more layer there like that. Now just a little note, it is slightly different here because we don't have these sticking out pillars on this side. I suppose we could put them in if you wanted. I didn't, just to keep enough room on those walkways as they're a little bit thinner. So all I want us to do here is come back to here and go out and do the 5 at the end there, like that. And then we're going to follow around in a thick line, so we're going to get a 2 there, and then we're going to go like that. And then here we're going to go 1, 2, like that. Obviously here we're going to fill out the same pattern. Here I think we are just going to do that like there, so we're going to do the same the other side, so 2, 1, 1, and then 2 out, and then come back in here and fill that out so it's symmetrical. That looks right. And here's when it goes in like so. So we're going to go 3 across there and 3 across there, and then we're going to just repeat that over on that side. Now once you've got to this point, you've got that full ring in like that. That's our circle which we're going to fill in. We know how to do that. We've got to do something slightly different here because obviously we've got some of those roof blocks showing and we don't want them showing, so we're just going to come straight across with that and then 2 more across like that, and that just fills that in. And once we've come to the end there, you'll see we are exactly above the middle of that window now. We can come down with our pyramid shape, which should bring us exactly to the finish line for this little bit here, like so, and there. And if we look at that, yep, that looks right. And then we can put in 2 there, and yep, that's symmetrical that side. We're just going to do the same this side. So once you're at that point, we go down 3 steps and then fill out and up like that, and 1 more space, and there we go. All 4 corners finished. You don't need to see me do this again. We're just going to put the copper ring, fill in, and then put the light in there, just like we did there. Oops, nearly forgot. We actually got 1 more layer to do, just like we did before. The 3 and then the 7. This is very familiar because we've done this twice already. The 3 and then the 7, like so. All 4 sides, and then just like we did before, we join them up with that little L shape, 1 corner each, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, we've got 1 missing there. What did we do? Oh yes, that just needs to go there like that. And then you've got that ring that you can do your copper layer on, and then finish with the light. And voila, there we go. We've got 1 side done. Obviously, once you've done 1 side, then you're going to go straight across and do the exact same thing on the other side, and we're ready to put in our archways. As always, repetition is the name of the game here, and we are going to do exactly what we did here and put this archway in and then this archway in, but in this time we're going to do it from here. So we put in our 5 like that and pop in the upturned stair just like that. Yes, that's right. And then we come out 2 on each side and upturn stair again, there and there, and then we go upturned stair, then 1 down, then upturned stair, and then we join into the wall just like we did last time, and there we go. We do that both sides, and then once we've done it, we replicate it on here, and then we should have 2 full archways. And we're going to bulk this out again, just like we did with the last one. So we're going to come up here and put in an extra layer here like this. Whoops. Let's see, how far did we come? We came out to there, that's right. And then there like that. And we just fill it out like so. There, and fill this up to there and stair, and that's it done 1 side, and we do the other side. So, yep, that looks fine. And then obviously we're going to have to come in with the stone afterwards and fill in behind with the stonework here, which is obviously going to be the same both sides. So once you've done one side like this, you're just going to go across to the other side and fill that up the same way. Oh dear, I am going all over the place here, aren't I? There we go. And you should see that that then closes that up. Mostly what we're going to have to do is to finesse the corners a little bit here and figure out what we're going to do with this. I think if we just bring that across one like that, that should pretty well do. What we can do here is probably just bring these and thicken them out like that, and then bring them out a couple more, fill them in there, and then just bridge that down, and I think that just neatens that up quite nicely there. We have got a weird gap there. We will probably fill that out too. So let's do the same the other side. What did we do? We brought them out and then we brought them out. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then we filled them in like that. I think that's the same both sides. That looks fine. We're going to come in with the andesite here and just connect up this archway here to here by going 2 in the middle, and then leave a space 2, leave a space 2, and then come in with your upturned stairs, and we can just attach them on like so, and that just makes that look all finished and connected. Then we're going to have to obviously do the same across on the other side. I've only done the one side, and then we need to do this side, which we're going to do similarly. What we can do is bring those 3 lines down, but this time they're going to go quite a bit further. Now, where did they come from? They came from there, didn't they? Like that. And then we will put a similar kind of details in over here as well. So now as we come in through the front doors, we have our 2 panels up there. We come to here and we've got 3 archways done. We've got this one done and both sides here, and the ceiling section done there. You will have to bob in here as well if you've not come low enough, just like we've done before, and just seal that off. Again, you can do that by eye. You don't probably need me helping that. We just need to go far enough so that it all seals up nicely. Yeah, that'll do, and do the same thing on the other side. And then we come to this final section here, and things are slightly different here. In the other 3 sides we did this highly decorative ceiling. We're not actually going to do that here because we have a slightly different shape with this semi-circular end to the building. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to do an arch here, just like we've done the exact same arch in there, but it's going to be slightly higher up. So we're probably going to end up removing a little bit of this wall, and then we're going to leave this, we're going to leave the copper roof exposed here and just put some stone supports here and here to make sure that that roof looks well supported, because putting that ornate design, which is rectangular, in here would leave a weird semicircular empty bit that would be a bit of a faff to detail. So we've just gone for a different style. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to come and have a look at this wall here, and we're going to bring in our polished andesite here, and we're going to do a 4, and then there, either side, 4, 4, 4, like that. Pop in your upturned stairs, there and there, and we can probably fill them in there as well, little details, and then we can start to do our archway. So if we go 2 down there, so that we do the underneath of the arch first, it's sometimes a little bit simpler. So do your 5, upturned, upturned, and guys, you know the rest by now. You've seen me do this a few times, so you just finish that off the same as we've done with every other archway. So that's the first archway in. You can see now that this stone has gone a bit too low, so we need to chip away at that, and we can do that by hand and by eye, like so, until that's nice and neatly tucked away. We probably don't want it touching here either, so we can come across there. So you can see roughly what we've done there. We'll need one off there as well. And then we're going to repeat that, but we're going to do it here. And this time, obviously, it touches the top of the roof. So we're just going to copy this across. I'll do this on screen so that you can see, because obviously it's a little bit different. Let's see. So we start there with an upturned, and then we fill up to that copper block. Wherever there's an upturn, we come across and fill up to the copper block, and then mirror it all the way. I know this is probably fairly obvious, but I'm going to do it just the once anyway, just to make sure everyone's happy and I don't get any confused comments in the comment section at the end of the video. We can come all the way across here like that. The last thing I want us to do is to just fill in that space there and that space there, so that that looks like that's fully supporting that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to the level of the top of these, and we're going to make them flare out like we've done many times before there. And where these flares come out, we're just going to place full blocks in first, like so, and then we're going to bring in stairs underneath them like that. So when we look at it like that, it looks like that. So instead of being more curvy, it's just a straight diagonal line, and at the top here we can just join them all the way across like so. And then obviously you're going to do that the other side. So that's one finish. You're going to replicate that once you've done it there on there as well, going all the way over. We need to put in a little bit of detail in here, so I'm just going to pop in another stair there, and we're going to fill this section probably with some more lighting, because we have no lighting in this upper section here. So we're going to follow that design, but we're going to fill it in there. I'm not going to show you how to do that because you know full well how to do that by now. Also, what I did here is put in slabs at the bottom of each of those roof blocks like that, and then here just filled in like so. So we'll fill that from there just to the other side, just to give it a little bit more detail like that, and I think that just makes that look a little bit nicer. Don't forget, by the way, to finish off these bits here around the windows. So we're going to have to obviously put in that lighting detail into 1, 2, 3 and 4, as well as these to light down this end. You will probably want to put in a little bit of detailing here as well. Let's come across here along that back wall there like that. I think we'll pop one in there and one in there, and then we'll come in with upturned stairs there and there like that, and maybe there and there. I'm just eyeballing it. Yeah, that should do. And then what I did was I used, again, just like last time, I used the iron railings, iron bars, there we are, to fill in. You can use stained glass if you want, or whatever you feel like for your windows, if you want plain glass, but we just fill in those gaps, and I think I just basically did that. Maybe just filled that in just to make that look complete. And same in here, we probably want to go there and there like that. Again, this is just really just playing by ear a little bit, and we'll put that there so that that's not looking empty. Same on the other side, and that's this bit done. You obviously also need to come back in and finish the detailing that we did in a previous episode with the anvils and the chiseled stone. We're going to carry that pattern around. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can do whatever pattern you like with those to just finish off that railing all the way around the outsides to make the whole walkway safe. Now at this stage we've got a fairly solidly good looking interior. You can stop at this point if you want. There are a couple of extra little bits that I normally do in here, and one of the things is wherever you've got one of these pillars from the bottom up, I like to join them up to the top as well. So what you can do is you can pop in This was my design. You can do whatever you like. In fact, I think I put 2 of the stone bricks there. Yeah, that looks about right. All the way up until the last couple of blocks, and we finish it off with the chiseled and the stone, just like that. We're going to do that, and we're going to repeat it there, and then we're going to do it over there as well, on each of the wings, and then there's 3 more up at the entrance end as well, just to finish that off. Now I think we're in touching distance of calling this interior complete. And now, apart from decorations, of course, structurally I mean, but I still think that this is a little too vertical without interruptions. So the thing that I decided to add in a little higher up here is a set of bridges going there, there, there and there. And I'll tell you why. If we come to the outside, we have a walkway that goes from this tower here, where we come out here and walks all the way along the edge of the roof here. And I thought it would be really nice for us to be able to come in here, and for us to be able to, if we can get through, walk all the way across and out to the other side, which would bring us out here and onto the far end walls. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to start coming from the towers at the front and walk this way along this here and knock out any blocks there in the way. We're going to have to, this probably won't be here, so you'll have to pop in a block there just to fill it up. And then here, so we've got a 3x3 pillar here, haven't we, that we've been doing constantly. Well, at this point we want to go we want to put in a stair like that, so we're going down by 1, and I'll show you why in a minute. We can probably put a full block underneath it, and then we're going to knock out probably 3 bits there like that. I think that will do for now. We'll check it once we're done. And then at the bottom of that stair we're going to put some I'm using dark oak. You can choose what you like. I think it fits, it matches with the floor below if you're following my instructions. And then simply we're going to bring that all the way along until we meet the other side. And obviously we're going to, anything we do on one side we're going to mirror on the other. So here we would need, oh dear, falling off the bridge. That's not clever, is it? Careful if you're making this in survival. So we're going to put the step up there and then fill in the gaps here. That's fine, and that works all the way across. Obviously you're going to need to do the same here. Take 3 off, and I'll show you why now. The reason we're going to do that is because we are going to make a square by bringing this all the way across here until it comes to here, and we're going to take 3 out again, and that's where you're going to be popping through there and out again. And we can bring this all the way back here like so. Take your 3 out there, and then whoops, bring that round full circle, and we've got the full walkway in. So make sure that you've come and opened up your spaces like so, and you're going to want the stairs. Oh dear me, I'm always putting them upside down. Stairs and the walkway, fill in that gap, and that should now mean that you've got access to all of your rooftops, even if you're playing in survival, because you can walk up the front towers, come all the way across and around. So once we've done that, we're just going to simply come around each side of it, and we're going to line with an upturned stair on the outside and on the inside, and that will give us a 3 wide bridge section here, just to make it feel a bit more robust. You might well ask, well, why did we go down a step? Why did we not just continue at that level? And there's one fairly small reason, but I thought I'd tell you just so that you understand. And that is when you come this way and you look back down towards the front entrances here, you can see through that archway. If we were 1 higher, we would no longer be able to see, and it would spoil that sight line. So we just brought it down 1 because that was really quite straightforward, and it gave us that nice view. Now, obviously on these walkways we're going to need to make them a little more safe because we don't want anyone falling to their death, do we? So all I did was came in with the chiseled stone bricks and I put one at each corner, like so. There and there. And then on the central arches I put two more like that with a 3 gap in the middle. And then on the sides I did in the centre. Don't ask me why. It just felt nice. Sometimes, you know, when you're building, you just have to go with your gut instinct and see what feels right. I think that's nice. And then all we do is join them up, both sides, just with your iron bars. Just gives it a feeling of more safety and less chance of people falling off. And it fits with the colour scheme. So that's the walkways completed. You could leave it like that if you wanted. What I did though is to make these feel, again, structurally appropriate. That feels like a lot of weight in real life. All of that stone would just collapse in the middle. So what it needs is a supporting bridge. We don't want it to be quite so thick as that up there. That thing is supporting a huge amount of weight. We only need a smaller structure to hold up this small walkway. So what I did was I came to here and we took out that anvil and took a pillar up all the way on each side. So just so you know, that is the entrance side here, just like that. So once you put those pillars up, we're going to put a little archway in here. We're going to do it here. We're going to go 3 down, do an upside down, come around and put one. That's a bit tricky to get there. There we go, one the right way up, another upside down, and here we're going to put a slab. We'll do the same thing the other side. So upside down, right way up, upside down, and slab. And then we're going to finish off with our full blocks here up to the slabs. And I think then we finished off with another right way upstairs there, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look and see if that looks about right. Yes, that looks nice, doesn't it? And then we have to finish off at the other side here as well. So I just mirrored that across. So we do upturned, turn around and a normal, upturned, turn around and a normal. And then if you want, you can, let's see. We're going to full block slab it. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks about right. Obviously, then you're going to do that across this side as well. So, upturned, normal, upturned, normal, full block, slab. So on the sideways bridges, we're going to do something slightly different because we don't want to go too low here. We're already quite cramped with all of this happening. We don't want to block off this way here. So we're going to come to the middle underneath and we're going to get a full block and we're going to do 5 there. So the middle one being in line with that chiseled stone there. We'll come in with your slabs and we're going to do that and then that. Do the same the other side. That and then that. And then we're going to start working our way down with our stairs, just like we did the last time. And hopefully that should get us to here, looking okay. That one's the wrong way around, so let's try and get in there, fix that up, and there we go. That looks okay, doesn't it? We can get rid of that one, that wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah, that works, and when we're here, we can definitely get through okay. That's good. Down here, you want to make sure that it is anchored in right the way into that so that it doesn't look like it's floating. You might even want to fill that up. That's perfectly reasonable as well. Once you've done it one side, you do it the other side, and then once you've done that archway, just repeat that over there. So coming from our entrance end now, you'll see we've got 3 archways, 1, 2 and 3. It will come as absolutely no surprise that this version here we're going to duplicate over here in the exact same way. So we'll start here, take that out and bring it up and then put your archways in once you're finished. So yeah, there again, super simple, and then put your arches in exactly as they were over there. And there we go. I'm sure you will admit that looks much better now. We've got more detail, more depth, more interest as we look up there. The last few things that you probably need to do, there's so many little areas that we may have just missed in the tutorial, but will be fairly obvious to do. Things like putting in the windows, I don't think I talked through that, but we've done so many other windows, it's clearly just going to be filling in those like we've done everywhere else with the iron bars, or if you're doing stained glass, do it with stained glass. But there is one last thing we need to do, and that is put some doors in. Again, this is really quite a lot up to you, but what I do is to do the little trick with the spruce doors and the spruce trapdoors, and then put in the doors in the middle there, just so that you've got working doors to get in and out. So one there and one there, and then just around it we're going to shift click and pile these on top of each other. It is a bit fiddly, you're going to need to pillar up to do this all the way up, but once you've done it, it has a really nice, ooh, dear me, there we go. Hey, that's always a tricky one. Once we're all the way up, we get to here, probably one more. There, and nope, there. And then all we do is close them all, just like this. And once you've done that, you will get the effect of one big, solid spruce door. Here as well, if you want, you can take that door out and maybe put it there so it's flush. Probably looks a little bit nicer, doesn't it? But as you can see, just gives that idea. There are loads of other ways of doing doors. With these big doors, you can do them your own ways if you like. That's the way I did it, and it's the same on all 4 doors. Yes, 4 doors, 2 at the front and 1 on each side. And folks, after 7 long episodes, we are finally in reach of the finish line. You probably do need to go around this building and have a look for all the little things that we've probably missed, because such a big building, it is incredibly difficult to show you every single block. A lot of the things that you'll need to do is things like where we've got these spaces here, you might want to pop in some full blocks, little things like that that just make it make a bit more sense. Up here like that, all over the place you will find little details like that inside and out, so I would encourage you to comb over every inch of this build and have a look bit at a time and see all of the little things that might need finessed, and hopefully you are proud of yourself and you are now the owner of one incredible cathedral build. We are going to do one more bonus episode for anyone wanting to know in detail how I furnished and detailed the inside and the gardens on the outside. We will do an additional episode. I would really encourage you though, guys, if you want to be a bit creative, do a bit of your own stuff, put your own stamp on it, have a go for yourself. This business of detailing, putting in lighting and seating and some flooring is really not that difficult. You can have a little look as we fly by, but we will do an in detail for everyone who wants to have this absolutely perfect. And of course on the outside, now when this was built originally, it was built not on a flat world but on an actual world, so you can see some of the terrain left behind when I yanked it out and made a schematic out of it. Particularly this side, there's a big mountain side here with some custom trees on it that are not going to be there or the same on your world. So I'm going to, in the next episode, show you a few of the things that I've done. Again, the front's lower than the actual floor level here. You can play about with it, work with your own terrain, do your own thing, and hopefully you will be as pleased with your cathedral as I am with mine. And I am particularly happy with those lovely copper roofs. Folks, thanks for sticking with me. Hope you've enjoyed that build, and if you have any ideas for other builds that you want me to have a go at and feature, then please do let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe and you'll get more of my content if you're enjoying it, and we'll see you in the next one.